I'm hearing more of it in Kanye's regard, and I'm just still saying it's all unnecessary. And so, oh, maybe I should take my glasses off. I can see a glitch. So then, not only that, but there were others in the room. Also, I didn't hear any criticism towards those others either. And then, reverting back to my point though, Mr. Jim Brown was impressed with what he saw. The president of the United States said he was impressed with what he saw and what he heard. And moving forward, Kanye brought up some very strong points, reverting back to that point and back to what I was saying. First, he addressed the MAGA hat in a way that I feel was enough. Like, and see, let me back up a little bit before I start addressing the point. See, people need to understand that Kanye West and President Donald Trump in some sort of way speak the same language. Those guys speak the same language, and I'll tell you what I'm meaning when I say that. President Donald Trump is considered to be a minority amongst his peers. Like, if we all just really sat back and think about it, like, his peers are not patting him on the back with hardly anything that he says or does. So he knows very well what it's like to be an underdog who's still trying to overcome those odds. He knows very well what that's like. And so does Mr. Kanye West. So that's a very, very, very strong similarity for them to have. And they have it. And I think that that's where they connect the most, because they have such a passion and a boldness to push past that. And Donald Trump has done that several times. Kanye West has done that a number of times. And I think that they want to continue to do that. And so I think they both have an interest in doing that. That's just like my take from afar. I think the president is very fond of Kanye West, and I don't care how the media tries to characterize it. And I think that Kanye West is fond of Mr. Trump, and that's that. So moving on, I say that to say Kanye West was able to get penciled into the president's office for lunch. Okay? That's also important. He's there not just to talk, and not just to, for a press conference. They're gonna eat. That's something that people do, like, with their friends, and people that they're comfortable around, and people that, they don't mind being around. So all of this extra, Trump was uncomfortable and he doesn't want to, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that at all, because like I said, after Kanye was finished speaking, the president himself said out of his own mouth, "Let's go eat." So that says to me they have a connection that he wants to hang on to and try to do more with, and I'd like to see where that's gonna go. Kanye was able to not only sit in the Oval Office, okay, directly across from the president. Directly across from the president, the current president of our United States. He's able to do this, okay, which is miraculous in my opinion, and I commend him for that, and I applaud him for that, and I'm happy for him for being able to accomplish that in itself. But he's able to sit there and come as he is. Kanye West did not suit up or anything to go in here. He wore his MAGA hat and his all black everything, and he sat down as himself and went into his cares and concerns with the president, the current president of the United States. And I think that that's to be commended, and I don't see why anybody should be ridiculing or chastising him for that. And not only was he able to sit there as is, he was able to very casually address the president as bro. Okay? Kanye West sat across from our current president of the United States and said, it's not the MAGA hat that everyone's upset about. It's one word on the hat that's upsetting people, and that's the word again. Okay? He's saying this to the president, the creator of this whole MAGA, make America great again hat that's causing so much turmoil amongst the community and society. Kanye West himself is sitting across from this person and saying to him, it's just the word. And not only did he say that, this is just so brilliant, and this is why I appreciate Mr. West. He didn't just go there and say that. He took it a step further, and he said, well, sir, I brought some prototypes with me in which I think could turn this whole hat negativity around. If the word again is what it is that's affecting everyone, then let's just take it off. Let's just let the hat say make America great. But at the very least, let's take the word off. And to show you how dope that will look, I brought some prototypes with me. That's super fly. That's just super fly. And that's to be respected. And that's that. Okay? That's that. Because that's just taking it a step past just sitting and chit-chatting about it. That's actually putting, your thoughts into action. And that's to be appreciated in this world, in this type of climate we live in this country. That's the whole point of living here in the United States. We're supposed to be great. This is a great country. We're supposed to, its citizens should be great. Okay, they should be doing great things. That was great for him to do that. He took the time to have that printed up in his warehouse. Okay, another great accomplishment that Kanye West has been able to, add to his grand contribution to society. Okay, these are the kinds of things that he's taken the time out to do. Okay, so that to me is to be commended and appreciated and respected. Now, how he's doing it, I think that's trivial and doesn't really matter a whole lot. He was able to go to the president, address the MAGA hat issue. He was able to go to the president and say to him, I think we need to instill mental health and meditation into our current curriculums, because I believe that one of the root causes to all of this imprisonment and all of this ridiculous with the 13th Amendment and all this prison reform stuff, I think the root cause of it is the individuals involved mental health. And I think if we address their mental health and how they deal with things in their head on down, I think that we can help them to steer away from this whole criminal mind and activity that gets stirred up in their head to begin with. And I'm all the way with the Kardashian West family on that. And I appreciate them all for understanding that, and I want to see them move forward with that and do more with that, because I think that will be great. I think that will be huge for the world. Mental health is a really, really serious issue, and it's been gone untreated and unaddressed for a very long time. And I think that any type of awareness and activity placed towards it, and definitely within the school curriculums, will be great. Not only for the kids, of course for the kids, and that's going to be beautiful, but also for these teachers, also for these other officials that are involved that work at these schools, because they are also there. And I think if all of them could take some time out to just relax and meditate and just breathe when they need to. That will work wonders within the school system, and that will help everyone involved. So that's great, and I'm all for that. And I really hope that they can move forward with that. So that's great. That's nothing to be upset about. Like, he's trying to address issues that can really make change in the world. He also even brought up the fact that, he agreed with the president in the regard where he's like, I think the prisoners, this is me paraphrasing, but he says, I think that you can make more money off the prisoners by releasing them than holding them. Why don't you make some Trump factories and figure out how to teach these guys how to do something, else outside of the ridiculousness that they resort to, and help these men figure out how to be real men and help them to figure out how to be real leaders of their families. Because that's something that he also suffers from. He also didn't have that. So he's just trying to make sure that in the future that, other kids can. Because he can see the beauty of his children having it, and those around him. And that's another thing. People, we have to stop being so hard on Kanye as a community. That's not right. It's just not right. And like I said, I follow Kanye for some time now. I'm a fan of his. I appreciate what he does. And I'm musically in all other ways. And what I'm saying is, look at how y'all just responded to him. Look around. Look at all the memes and look at all of the nasty things that people are saying about him in his own community. And then you want to turn around and say, well, he over there with them Kardashians. Well, they ain't doing that to him. They're embracing him. They're helping him through his struggles. They're assisting him. They're supporting him. That's why he's over there with them. And I don't fault him for that. And neither should anybody else. That's ridiculous. And like very, very shallow and closed-minded. And that type of thinking is not going to help us moving forward. Okay? So that's that. Kanye. Let me see. I think that was mostly it for Kanye show from me. As far as insight-wise, Kanye addressed the 13th Amendment to the president in that press conference and with that luncheon. Kanye addressed that MAGA hat. Kanye addressed prison reform. Kanye addressed mental health and meditation being implemented into school curriculums today in hopes of prohibiting these criminal minds and which lead to this criminal activity. And I do not see a reason for us to shun him or be against him at this time. I just don't see it. I'm not going to be able to. I want to see where this goes. And, again, Kanye and Trump have something. They have something that both of them want to keep going, and I say we just sit back and see where it goes and hope for the best until we see or hear of anything else. Okay, so that was a lot that I said, but thank you all for tuning in and listening. And as I always say, if your day didn't start out good, I surely hope it ends better. And I truly mean that. And again, thank you all for tuning in. And again, guys, let's fall back and see where Kanye and the Kardashian West family and team is going to go with this. They have the numbers. They are positioned well. Let's just see where they're going with it and see where this leads before we jump the gun with all these different opinions that could possibly get in the way. Let's just hold off on all the negativity and let's keep it upbeat and positive for now, because this was good. The good to me outweighed the bad. So let's just keep it there and focus on that and continue on in that spirit. Okay, you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this live chat, and I will see you in the next. Thank you.